What's up, guys? Back again for my week 4 update on my Robinhood account. And first of all, I want to say thanks to the people that actually went out and made their own account. I received a couple free stocks. I know you got your free stocks, and I want to wish you all the best of luck on your investing. So to get started here, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to actually take you day by day through the kind of week that I had. And it was up and down, but at the end, it ended up being pretty good, better than last week. I did make a lot more profit than I did last week. As you can see on Monday, actually the cannabis stocks really went up. CGC went up 4.72%. New Age Beverages went up 7.41%. CRON was actually the biggest gainer that day, which went up 15.36%. I just wish I would have had those 25 shares I had to sell a couple weeks ago. And ACB went up 5.65%. But yeah, cannabis stocks really had a good day on Monday. And I was up $137 that day, so the week started off pretty good. And then the next day, actually, those same cannabis stocks did not have a good day. CGC went down 7.17%. New Age Beverages went down 3.24%. ACB went down 2.96%, and then CRON went down 1.79%, which compared to the day before wasn't 1.79% after a 15% gain is not that bad. On Tuesday also, Ford went up 1.15%, and BAESY went up 0.81%. Halliburton again took a loss that day on Tuesday, and since most of my money is in Halliburton, a lot of my portfolio really goes as Halliburton goes. It's between Halliburton. My portfolio is really divided between cannabis stocks and Halliburton the most. So if both of them can get going one day, I can have a pretty good day. But in this day, all of them took a little hit. I went down to $7,955 from the previous day, and so Tuesday took a bit of a hit that day. Moving on to Wednesday, as you can see, they're all in the green. I received a free share of Sirius XM, which is worth around $6, I think it was. And so I appreciate whoever it was that signed up and got me that share. I did end up sending it later on in the week, as you'll see right now with the pictures I show right now. But again, Wednesday was a pretty good day. I went up to $8,005, which was, I'd rather take a small gain than a little loss. I've always said it, right? But that day, the Halliburton really was the one that made me more money. It went up 2.33%, and even though that's a small percentage, with those 100 shares, it's a pretty good amount of money. And the cannabis stocks again went up a little bit, 1.89% for CGC. New Age Beverages was 2.47%, and I have 51 shares of those, as you can see, so it was pretty good. CRON went up 1.54%, and then ACB went up 0.58%. And all those cannabis stocks really kind of moved together. Because they all have to do with medical marijuana and all that stuff. So there's a little bit of good news for the cannabis industry, and they're all going to go up. But then again, if there's bad news for the industry, they're all going to go down. So they really all move together, and lately they've been having really good days. So that was my day on Wednesday. And then moving on to Thursday, I went up a little bit more. I went up to $8,170. I made $80 that day. CGC went up 2%. New Age Beverages went up 0.99%. CRON went up 6.78%, and ACB went up 2.31%. And out of those cannabis stocks, CRON was the one that had the best week this week. CGC the previous weeks was the one making me more money, and this week it was mostly CRON, and the other ones, were helping out a little bit. And then Friday, which was yesterday, I made $128, and that mostly came from Halliburton, CRON, and ACB. That's where that gain mostly came from, because CGC took a 0.20 loss yesterday. New Age Beverages went up, but it didn't go up a significant amount. CRON went up 5.74%, which made me a good amount of money. And then Halliburton went up 2.42%, which also made me a little bit of money. And then ACB went up 4.37%, which also made me a good amount of money. So I ended the week at $8,311.28. And you know, that was a pretty good amount of gain from where I started. Last week I was at $8,052. I closed on Friday, and then this Friday I closed at $8,311.28. So it wasn't a big gain, but it was an alright gain. I'll take it. So some stocks actually that I'm gonna keep an eye on, and maybe you all should keep an eye on too, is the first one I'm gonna talk about is actually the one that my uncle made a video about. He's trying to help me reach $1 million, and I really appreciate that. So go check out his page. Maybe he'll help you all out too. He gives really good stock advice on biotech stocks and other types of stocks, all kinds of stocks really. And the one he talked about was Cypress Semiconductor, CY, and it's at a pretty low price right now. And he really believes in that stock, so I'm gonna put. I already did put that on my watch list. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna read more up on it, and then eventually I'll probably end up buying some. If he really believes in them, you know, I'm gonna take his advice because I know that he does his homework. So I'm gonna really look at that one. Another one to look at, which I've actually had on my watch list for a while. I even owned a few shares of it for a while, and it made me money, but I sold it. Was IQ, and it's a Chinese company that's a streaming service, and it's entertainment-based social media, and it's actually been going up for the past month. And I bought it. I think it was around $17, and now it's around $20. But I sold it before, so I didn't get all those profits. But IQ seems like a company that has a bright future also. And then the third one I'm gonna talk about, of course, my favorite one that seems to get a lot of hate in the comments section is CRISPR, CRSP. I still believe in those companies. And somebody left a comment that that it's too early to buy these companies, and I don't think it's too early. I think right now is when they're gonna be at their lowest. I think maybe if they do drop, it's gonna be maybe $5-10 that they drop, but when they go up, I think it's gonna be way more than that. So I don't think it's too early to buy these companies because I think the gain that they eventually make is gonna you know, outweigh any losses right now. Okay, and then the next two companies that I'm gonna talk about are actually more cannabis companies, which, you know, have been making me a lot of money, which have been making me most of my profit. The first one is a cannabis ETF, MJ, and that one is a pretty good company. It's been making money. I know one of my friends, Aldo, owns a few shares of that one, and he's been making money off it. You know, he keeps me updated with his portfolio, which I really appreciate. And if you all want to keep me updated, you know, leave comments. Let me know how y'all are doing. I'm interested too because I'm learning right now. If you all have any advice for me, you know, let me know, and I'll definitely look into it because I need all the help I can get, and that's why I'm paying attention to my uncle's advice. And the second company is Tilray, which is TLRY, and that's another medical marijuana company that has been making money. You know, they're a pretty big company, and I don't own any of those shares, but I plan on looking into buying some of those shares. So that's what I'm gonna do this week. If you're interested, click the link down below, make your own account, start saving some money, start investing some money. I really appreciate the people that have reached out to me and actually showed me their portfolios, have actually asked me for advice, which I said, I don't give advice, I just let you know what I do. But I really appreciate those people that have sent me text messages, have sent me comments, emails. You know, it's interesting to see your all's portfolio because I know a lot of you all, like me, are learning and are trying to do your best at this, and we can both learn together. So I look for help, I'll try to help you, and I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for my video next week. I'll keep you all updated. I'll continue keeping you all updated with my portfolio. Also, the link down below, my uncle's playlist gives really good advice. My uncle David, you know, he's been investing for a lot longer than I have. He also has a lot more money to invest, so he's been a lot more successful at it than I have. But stay tuned to his playlist. He really knows what he's talking about, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please click the like button, subscribe. See you all later.